teenagers accused of throwing rocks from a Michigan highway overpass have been charged with second-degree murder. The charges come after one of the rocks smashed through the windshield of a van, killing the man inside. 32-year-old Ken White was riding home from work in the van when it was struck by a 6-pound rock. White was a father of 4 and engaged to be married. The deadly rock was one of at least 20 the teens aged 15 to 17 allegedly threw over the overpass that night.
It's a young samurai, I smoke a spliff in the cut, and I pass a lot to my bro. No fuck with my flow. Couple bad bitches and a cup of that tro. So it's just THC.
Father is dead from a senseless act his fiancée is struggling to comprehend.
He took away a child's father and the love of my life. His stupid act took away a life.
It was from this overpass near Flint, Michigan last week that police say a group of teenagers threw a 6-pound rock that crashed through the windshield of the car Kenneth White was riding in, striking him in the chest and head.
Those kids, they may have thought it was a prank, but it's not a prank when you're throwing 6-pound rocks at vehicles.
Today, the 5 teens appeared in chains and remained mostly silent during a tense arraignment, each entering not guilty pleas for charges that include second-degree murder, as the victim's family listened through tears. The judge denied bond. The high schoolers will be tried as adults and could face life in prison.
It was a willful and wanton act that resulted in somebody's death. These people should have known better.
Investigators say the teens hurled at least 20 rocks from that overpass, hitting at least 8 cars on the highway below. Police say the oldest suspect, 17-year-old Kyle Anger, turned himself in. The 4 other teens, 15 and 16 years old, were arrested shortly after. Tonight, a call for justice for a family torn apart.
Took a good man and a good father.
Look what you have done to a terrific family, a terrific dad. You have taken his life for nothing.
The prosecutor doesn't believe those teens intended to kill anyone at this overpass, but adds they should have known better. Attorneys for 2 of those teens believe the charges will change once it's determined the exact role that each teen played.
Hey, NBC News fans, thank
BBN Jackfruits, what's up, party people? Hey, before the video even start, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Yo, this is, I don't understand, yo. It's like we got a problem with just, alright, I'm just gonna get into the case. I feel bad for all families involved. I feel bad for the man that had to lose his life. And I feel bad for the families of the teens that threw their life away because they think that it's funny to risk the lives of others. Because that's basically what happened. So for all that don't know, they got some teens that they're calling the Michigan 5. And the reason why they're calling them the Michigan 5 is because they went to an overpass in Michigan and decided to throw rocks and other materials down. Okay, actually they went to 2 different overpass, and it was actually bringing things from one overpass to the next overpass. Right here on the CNN website, it says the judge denied them bond for the Michigan 5 teenagers charged with throwing a rock off a highway overpass and killing a passenger in a van. The group of teens, age 15 to 17, were arraigned in Genesee County District Courtroom. They were accused of throwing a 6-pound rock off an overpass near Flint, Michigan, on October 18, fatally injuring the 32-year-old Kenneth White. Now, they killed the man with the 6-pound rock, right? But they also had tires that they were throwing over the top of the overpass. They also had 20-pound rocks that they were throwing over the top of the overpass. Oh, shoot. Actor Robin Guillaume dies at 89. Did not know that. Let's, I would say have a moment of silence, but this is not Mr. Robert Guillaume's moment at the time. So they were just throwing things over the overpass. And just imagine, they threw a 6-pound rock, they threw a tire. This is None of these things are funny. None of these things are funny. They're throwing a tire. Quite easily, a tire could have went over, made one car jump the freaking, run into another car, to run into another car. Whole families could have died. What are these kids learning at home? What's going on? White was riding home from work when he was struck in the face, head and chest by a rock that crashed through the windshield of the van in which he was the passenger. There's no words to describe it, Kenneth White Sr., White's father told CNN affiliate WNEM. I buried my mother, my father, and my oldest brother in the last 4 years, and this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. This man is losing his whole entire family. And for anybody who actually drives, you ever been driving and the person sitting next to you just yells or screams just out of hey, watch out or whatever? That can cause an accident. I used to drive trucks. So there was a gentleman that I used to work with. And he used to think it was funny while I'm driving in Midtown Manhattan in the thickest of traffic to just start yelling unnecessarily. He used to think this was funny, seriously. I've almost been in numerous accidents because he thinks that this is funny. So just the act of them throwing something over the side, even it not necessarily hitting the vehicle, and somebody in the vehicle yelling, watch out, could have caused an accident, is my point. White was engaged to be married and leaves behind a 5-year-old son. A GoFundMe account has been started for the family, friends to help the funeral expenses. Has raised over $64,000 since Wednesday. I'm pretty sure that's enough to cover expenses. But I will have the link to this page in the description, obviously. And anybody else that want to donate to the family, you can go there and you can donate. He keeps asking for his daddy, Amy Cagle, White's fiance, told CNN affiliate WJRT, and tell him he's not coming back. And to tell him he is not coming back has been hard. I try to explain. He's so young. He's only 5. He don't understand. They took a father away from a 5-year-old because they thought it was funny to risk the lives of other people. Genesee County Sheriff Robert Pickle confirmed to CNN that based on their investigation, officers believe Cal Anger, 17, threw the rock that killed White, but all 5 boys are being charged with the same counts. The maximum penalty is life in prison. Okay, just so we could be clear on this, and we spoke about this in the TK case also. Whenever you are somewhere and y'all are committing a crime, or you are doing something lascivious, hope I pronounced that word correctly, and because of your actions, which is against the law, something else terrible happens. Everyone is held accountable. Everyone. So, just because Cal Anger threw the rock, that doesn't mean that the other boys don't do time. All of those boys should be doing time. Just because throwing shit off the side of a freaking overpass in the first place is a reason to do time, even if no one gets hurt. Anger and Alexander Miller, 15, Mark Sikelski, 16, Mikadine Payne, 16, and Trevor Gray, 15, were arraigned Tuesday and pleaded not guilty, according to Gray's attorney, Edwin Myers. Remember the video that I did on Nico Jenkins? Yes, the guy Nico Jenkins is terrible. These kids are not in his area. I'm not saying that they are. But remember, Nico Jenkins was 15 when he stole a car and got 20 years. Let's see what happened to these kids. He stole a car. He got 20 years for stealing a car. These kids were involved in manslaughter. Let's see what they get. To propel the size of a boulder down from the Dodge Road overpass to a 70-mile-per-hour vehicle that's headed southbound, you ought to know, a reasonable person would know, that is creating a high risk of great bodily harm, or in this case, death, says David Layton, the county prosecutor, at the news conference on Monday. I like David. Because usually, and I'm not trying to make this about race, but usually when you have these Caucasian boys that go out here and do the most foolish shit in the world, even when they kill their own, there's all types of different excuses. He laid it out what it is. Although the charges are all the same, and they should be, the kids are all different, Mark Sikelski's lawyer, Frank Manley, told CNN affiliate WNEM. The actions that the kids may have become involved in are all different. So even though the charges were all read exactly the same, my participation in that, there will be a distinction between the evidence coming forward. There is no distinction. They was all there. They all should go down for the crime. There should be the most difference between years should be 5 at the most, and they should all get 15 or better. A man lost his life. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm pissed, and that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen.